Israel going in exile is sort of a template or a paradigm for understanding the state of humanity. It's all the time in play of being in exile and coming back, being in exile and coming back. Okay. Israel in exile is pillow talk. It's a talk of night.
Oh, pillow talk.
It's the speech of night, meaning it's when everything is in concealment, and what is out there, and I'm speaking from in this parasha Lech Lecha, the whole story of Abraham going down to Egypt with Sarah and Sarai, and suddenly discovering her beauty. Where have you been so far? Okay. So it means that going down to exile, which is the paradigm of exile, is Egypt. So first it's going down. It's because there is hunger. There is hunger in Canaan at that moment, and the possibility to find or to reveal that which humanity needs lies now in Egypt. Okay, so they're going down, and then the safety, something new happens in the discourse or the dialogue, if at all, between Sarah and Avraham. Suddenly, when they're going to Canaan, he's the leader, and she becomes secondary. Now they're going into Egypt. She's becoming the leader. Yeah, always to save us from exile. The female part, okay, is the more dominant one, becomes more dominant. Okay, and through what he's saying to her that not only that you've been my wife, my lady, now you will be my sister. And only through being my sister, you'll be able to actually rescue me. I will reform my soul. V'chayta nafshi. My soul will get its life. Not only that they will not kill me, but my soul will get its replenishment and its true food through you being the part of the wife is going in concealment, and what appears is the part of the sister, of the sisterhood or the brotherhood. And it will not happen till we hear that Sarah agrees, and she is telling to Avimelech and to Paro that this is her brother. When she's saying, this is my brother, it means that we now, the first reformation of Adam and Eve in Eden, which they did not manage to have a discourse between them. She's offering, there's no conversation. When the Creator appears, he speaks separately to him, and he accuses her, but there's no connection, there's no conversation between Adam and Eve. This needs to be corrected. This needs to be redeemed. And the first time it's been redeemed, it's here. And from there on, you'll do as your sister. You'll do as Sarah is telling you. If you want to be redeemed, it will be through her. This is why Egypt and Plishtim and Avimelech coveting Sarah, because she's the womb of the world, the womb of the redeemed world. Okay. Abraham will start to form the prototype of Israel in terms of the male part, the bestower. But synagogia, meaning Knesset Israel, is Sarah, meaning it's the vessel or the womb for the light, for the whole world. It's in her. This is why everyone covets her. So first time there is an agreement between Israel and Shekhinah as Knesset Israel to be one, to operate as one. Outside as brother and sister, and in concealment, they know each other in terms of what we call husband and wife. You see that in Egypt, and mostly in royal dynasties, mostly they wish to marry the sister because of it's the same bloodline. It's the royal blood. Most of the pharaohs married their sisters. So you might think about what Batia wanted from Moshe to grow him up as her husband. Okay. Because this would be, this is sort of recognizing the sense of what will control. So if you control the womb of the world, you control the way it will evolve. It goes back to choosing the mother. So, so when Abraham first made himself or formed himself in such a way that he could hear Lech Lecha. So what he heard is, as I say, it's the template of the decree of the spirit. You the spirit, you have to go down from Eden to this world. But to yourself, you have to come back. So you're going into, so this is how the Zohar is reading Lech Lecha. Go away from everything that actually supported you so far. So he's saying that this is actually a decree or a precept, a way of hearing what the Creator is saying to each spirit. Go thy forth and away from the Eden that you've been created, in order to complete thyself, to yourself. Okay. So this is what he's hearing. You need to go from everything you held to be true so far, including the fact that you perceive the Creator as your king. But you perceive it yet inside nature. You have to go from even calculating, as he's saying, that he was a very talented astronomer or astrologus. Okay? And when he calculated it, he saw that he will not have a child with Sarah. But it seems that he was able to have a child with Hagar, because it is within nature. So they have to pass the natural age. They're both been of around 100, okay? And then Not only that, he had to go through circumcising himself, which is circumcision, and the birth of Israel is the same thing, is beyond nature. Because the question about circumcision is why to meddle with the creation of God. God created us with, with the part that we circumcise. Why actually we circumcise it? Why we interfere? We interfere because we need to be able to feel that which we cannot feel with it, which means something which is beyond or behind nature, which what we call Havaya. So it's the same thing. Being able to give birth to Israel is beyond nature, because all the mothers and fathers will have problems giving birth. Because it's not in the natural course of event to be able to form, and it will not end in Abraham. Abraham is not Israel. Abraham is one of the strand of the unification of values. He's one of the values or the opposition of values that need to be unified, and it will happen in Jacob. Only Jacob will get the possibility to be Israel, and as well, he will be called in exile. He will be called Jacob, and only when he will be in the land of Israel, meaning in the will and the place and the space of being able to fulfill it, he would be called Israel. So when he's going to Egypt, Israel is dying and Jacob is waking up. So Lech Lecha has to do with how Abraham starts to be able to hear or to listen to the true meaning of the journey of the Spirit.